Hello everyone. Good evening and welcome to my kitchen garden Saturday evening. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening in Sweden. And early spring evening. I am sitting now outside my polytunnel. And if I switch the camera, you can see my view. Swedish springtime. And this is where the cows are going in summertime, but now they are not here. Instead, we have an incredibly nice sunset just over the roof here. So this is where I sit, and I will not rest of the garden because that will destroy. I have had a lovely day. I came home a few hours ago with my daughter and her friend. We have been away all day long because I have been working. I had a public speech. That is a part of my job. I do speeches about my garden, and I travel all over Sweden, and I have been to Norway, Finland, just about my garden. And today it was about 150 people that came to listen. So that was a nice noon where we sort of to each other and seeds to each other and everything. And I was talking plenty about my garden. So we just came home and have had a dinner with the family. And I have been talking all day, so I am a bit tired. So thinking what to do tonight in my live show, because this is what I have been doing this week. I have been live streaming each day at YouTube. So I came up with a brilliant idea that I will taste a mini pak choi that I am growing. I will show you how they look. Look at the light. Ah! So this is a very tiny pak choi. And they are growing in very small containers, as you can see. And this is just a test, because I have never grown this variety before. This is seeds, these seeds, you say are, from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. And I ordered it in winter. And I made the sowing in, I think it was February. Yeah, in February. So I wanted to give them a try just indoors to see the size and what I can expect from pak choi. So first, I'm very curious for weeks and weeks about the taste, but I want to tell you something about why I try to find all the time the mini varieties. And the thing is that I grow my kitchen garden in Sweden, and I try to sort of extend the season all the time. I want to start harvest really early in the season, and I will stop late in the season. So when I did this kitchen garden in 2011, I made a project for myself, and I thought that I wanted to harvest like a year, so that we will not have to buy vegetables for 6 months. But keep growing and being curious took me quite far. So now I am harvesting 12 months. So I harvest and I grow vegetables all year round. And for some weeks or months, it is very good to have the small vegetables to harvest in the kitchen garden. You know, our varieties of pak choi that get huge, a lot of food in one plant. But the small varieties, I have been growing one variety. Its name is function, and I have made a video about that as well. And the mini varieties, small varieties, it's the same for like carrots and lettuces and cabbages and everything, is that they grow quite fast. And when choosing fast growing and the small varieties, you can get vegetables growing in a time of year where you are not able to, grow the larger varieties. Yeah. And another thing with the small varieties is also that when harvesting like variation, you need to have like the different sizes and the different colors and everything. Oh, the connection is not the best, you say. All right, I will try and we'll see what happens. When eating vegetables from your own garden, you need to have, as I said, different sizes, colors and textures and everything. So that is why I want to have like the mini varieties as well in my garden. And it's a bit difficult to find them in Sweden, so I'm always very happy when I another seed company from another country finding the mini varieties and finding, this one, it's like a thumb. I was very happy. All right, so I made a try and I made this in February, and this is up with. It's a very mini pak choi, and as you can see, it starts to bloom, and that's not so hard to understand really, because this is oriental variety of like leafy green and the brassica family, and the how should one say it, when those vegetables are exposed to very much light, it is forced in a way to produce flowers, to produce seeds. And that's how those vegetables works. So when the days are getting longer and lighter, to bloom. And I have had those plants under my, how do you say that? The lamps, the extra light indoors for my seedlings. And it is switched on for like 12 or 14 hours. So when they are exposed to that much light, they start to bloom. So it's not difficult at all to understand. But I was hoping that I could harvest this a little bit later, but now it's time to finally do it, because they are soon. Well, soon it will be too late. I have made plenty of sowings of this one. I think I bought like 3 seed packages just in case I like, and so plenty of it in the polytunnel, for example. And my plan is to make sowings of this in like late August or early September, to grow plenty, like hundreds and hundreds of seeds. For a late harvest. Nice, really nice, and like 300 photographs of it already. So my plan now is to harvest it and taste it, and then say something about the taste. But it's a bit unfair now, I think, for the plants starting to bloom. But I felt it in the car back home. It took like 2 hours to drive. I have been talking for 3 hours, I think, constantly, and signing books and asking answered questions and everything. So one get a bit tired. Anyhow, I think I will start with with this. It's 4 plants in here, so I will keep, and this is what, because I am writing a blog, I must save something for photos if this one is not going as I planned it. Actually, my children love pak choi, but they don't know it because they think they eat the Chinese cabbage. It is pretty much the same taste, I think. Very mild and nice taste of brassica, and the stems are pretty much the same as well. And the children love this taste because it's taste. And basically, the children, I make them salads with the pak choi sliced. And my husband, we love pak choi quickly fried with like garlic and salt. That's everything. As you can see, this is how the brassica looks the best or properly. The leaves get a bit yellow, as you can see, and well, it's not much to do. One can transplant them and give them fresh and new soil, but that's not to bloom. But I will remove the leaves here. It's really exciting to taste a new variety. It is tiny, tiny, and beautiful, I think. It's really crispy. It's not like, it could be that it tastes plenty pak choi, but not the pak choi that I grew most last year. Green Fortune. And Green Fortune, it tastes like green, really green. Green is not the taste, but describes the taste pretty good. This is, I wouldn't say that it's like the most perfect. It takes a while, but then the taste finally appears, I think. It's really nice. It's not as mild as the Chinese cabbage and pak choi. You know, when pak choi and Chinese cabbage grow at its best, you have to water them plenty so they get crispy. And this one, it's been growing indoors, so it didn't get maybe exactly what it needed. But it tastes really nice. I hope you are like envy seeing this tiny little plant. Actually, I love to see the vegetables together with the colors of my sweater. This is a motif from Iceland, very popular. Yeah, Marianne, they are very cute. Thank you for saying it. I can share some seeds with you later in April if I have some left. Or you might taste it. Marianne is coming to about gardening. Yeah. I think this would be delicious, like fried in October. I think food all the time is not only that they look pretty. I'm thinking it would be a nice lunch, for example. You know, on a fried sandwich with like mashed eggplants, aubergines, and garlic and fried pak choi on top. That was great. Nice to share it with you. I will do a live stream for my Swedish YouTube channel as well. The rest of them for the Swedish viewers. Thanks all of you for tonight. It's starting to get cold. You left me so nice and supporting comments on yesterday's live stream when I told you about why I garden and how it ended up like this. So yeah, it's nice for me to tell something about, you know, the story behind all of this, and probably will follow me for a long time and will get to know more about the garden and about me too, maybe. So now I will just wish you all a lovely Saturday, or what's left of the Saturday, and I will go indoors to put children to bed. And then I will sit down in my sofa with a nice cup of tea and some candy, just ordinary candy, and writing the last things on my manuscript for the third book about winter gardening. Exciting. Well, see you all tomorrow. Day 7 then, in my live stream project for this week. Thanks for... Bye bye.